Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the Archers Guild. It is here that archers the realm over gather to master the bow. We engage the enemy from a distance, ever seeking to alter the course of battle with a single, well-placed arrow. If you have a mind to become an archer, then you have come to the right place. Do you wish to join our ranks? Marvelous. Then allow me to enlighten you on the history of both our art and the guild. The bow is an ancient tool that has existed since before our fair nation came into being. As an implement of war and hunting both, it protects us from our enemies even as it keeps us fed and clothed. Archery as practiced in Gridania was born of two distinct styles of bowmanship. The first was devised by the longbow sentries of the Elezen who once ruled the lowlands, while the second belonged to the shortbow hunters of the formerly nomadic Miqo'te. As you will doubtless be aware, both races ultimately came to call the Twelveswood home. Though the two peoples began as rivals, they gradually learned to live together in harmony. During this time, they learned from one another, their two schools of archery intermingling to give birth to the art as it is known today. But this wouldn't have been possible were it not for the Trappers' League. The guild was established in order to promote sustainable hunting and cooperation within the hunting fraternity at large. As a happy consequence of this union, the guild's members came to engage in friendly contests of skill. Inspired by such competitions, a handful of their number began to focus on perfection as opposed to mere practicality, transforming a skill into what may be termed an art. These individuals would go on to form a guild of their own. The Archers Guild, where men and women gather to attain mastery over the bow. More than a few members of the God's Quiver loosed their first arrow within these very halls. And that, my friend, is a brief history of archery in Gridania. Doubtless you are more eager than ever to take up the bow. It would be my pleasure to recommend you to our guild master. You must receive her permission if you are to join us. If you would excuse me a moment, I shall see to it that the relevant lists are amended. Pray speak to me again in a short while. So, are you resolved to join the Archers Guild? The look in your eye bespeaks your determination. It would be my pleasure to refer you to Guildmaster Luciane. Lest you worry unduly, Luciane is an affable and kind-hearted woman. Even those not of the guild have been known to seek her counsel on various matters, and ever have they been given fair hearing. Luciane awaits you in the training area yonder. Present yourself before her, and impress upon her your desire to join the guild. Greetings, adventurer. I am told you wish to join our ranks. I am Luciane, the master of the Archers Guild, and I bid you welcome. Our doors are open to all who have the will to learn. Allow me to explain the basics of our art, and offer you a foretaste of that which we teach the members of our guild. The bow's greatest advantage is its range. Unlike those arms used in other disciplines of war, it allows one to strike at the enemy from afar. Though the bow may not boast the destructive force of a sword or spear, its myriad strategic applications more than compensate for this shortcoming. An experienced archer can immobilize an enemy by striking a leg, or sap its strength with a poisoned arrow. Rise to become a virtuoso of archery, and a veritable deluge of death will be yours to rain down upon your foes. By fighting from a distance, we can better assess the battlefield and thereby determine the most advantageous course of action. This is of paramount import, as our role in battle is to exploit the enemy's weakness. With the requisite placement and timing, but a single arrow may serve to turn the tide. To this end, the guild seeks to instill a discerning eye within its members, that they might learn to strike at vulnerabilities, swiftly and surely. Now, any half-wit can bend the bow, but it is no simple undertaking to become a skilled archer. You must be prepared for a long and arduous journey. Are you resolved to complete that journey? That is well. From this moment forth, you may consider yourself one of our number. Now, lend me your hunting log, if you would. I shall add to it the names of such creatures as would provide a fitting challenge to an archer. And to help you on your way, I bestow upon you this short bow. Arm yourself with your new weapon and then speak to me again. I would have you undertake a trial to gauge your fitness to join the guild. Ah, yes. The bow becomes you, Cater. Now, before proceeding any further, I must needs gauge your innate aptitude for archery. To this end, I hereby assign you the following trial. Slay the squirrels, ladybugs, and funguars that roam just beyond the city gates, 3 of each should suffice. In so doing, you will prove your fitness to join the Archers Guild. It goes without saying that you must do so using your bow. Report back to me when the task is accomplished. Go now, Cater, and earn your place within these halls. Welcome back, Cater. It would seem you have successfully completed the trial. You have proven yourself worthy of a place within these halls. It is with pleasure that I name you an Archer of the Guild. As fellows of the path, let us together strive for greater mastery of our art. Now, though you may be a member of the Archers Guild, know that your seniors will not coddle you with personal attention. It is up to you to seek out the experiences you need to grow as an archer. By way of a first step, I encourage you to practice proper technique. Loose arrow after arrow, paying close attention to form, until the movement becomes second nature. When drawing your bowstring has become as natural to you as drawing breath, and the world seems clearer when viewed down the shaft of an arrow, return to me. Go well, my young apprentice.
The next archer quest will be available from Luciane upon reaching level 5.
Good morrow to you, Cater. I felt that it was about time you returned. Have you grown more accustomed to the bow? Before we go any further, I wish to ensure that you have grasped the fundamental essence of archery. Tell me, Cater, do you truly understand what it means to see clearly? To see clearly is not merely to look. It is to observe with intent. Fail to do this, and no amount of talent with a bow will avail you. An archer must remain vigilant for any trace of his target, overlooking not the smallest detail lest it prove crucial to the realization of his purpose. He must, in short, see clearly. The coming task will test your powers of observation. A number of targets have been hidden throughout the city. I would have you seek out and destroy them. Each will fall easily to your heavy shot technique. When you have completed the task, return to me and we will continue. Ah, you have returned. I trust you have begun to comprehend the crucial importance of seeing clearly. The next trial will test your powers of observation in battle. Travel to the North Shroud, and there put down 8 Miqo'te and 8 opus. In contrast to the inanimate and wholly unthreatening targets of the previous trial, these creatures may be relied upon to move around and fight back. Nor are those the only differences. Being comparatively numerous, Miqo'te and opus are anything but difficult to find. And yet you may be assured that this task will test your powers of observation, albeit in a different manner. This time, you will need to evaluate the abilities of your opponent. In so doing, you will learn, amongst other things, that Miqo'te produce a poison that can quickly sap one's strength, while opus, like archers, possess the advantage of range. Knowing their strengths, how will you go about mitigating them? If you commence your attack before identifying an effective strategy, you will soon be made to regret your folly. But if you take the time to observe your targets from afar, you will surely glean the knowledge necessary to defeat them. I look forward to hearing of your success, Cater. Welcome back, young Cater. Tell me, were you able to put your techniques to good use? When faced with an enemy who can attack from a distance, simply raining arrows upon it is wasteful and dangerous both. The battle would be not more than a contest of strength. By employing the appropriate technique, however, one may bring down one's foe with greater ease and fewer arrows. For instance, you may choose to prime your weapon well and strike hard, or employ toxins to sap their strength over time. On the assumption that this fact dawned upon you prior to the fall of your 16th target, I congratulate you on passing the trial. Lie. Silver. What is your honest evaluation? Not bad, if you ask me. The adventurer pulls a good bow, and is enthusiastic besides. A pleasure to meet you. My name is Lialiapo, and this is my second year at the guild. It's quite plain that you have talent with a bow, but you must take care to mind your surroundings when you're pursuing a target. I had my eye on you for the duration of your trial, but not once did you notice my presence.
Mind your surroundings. That is rich, coming from you. Your every movement is wasteful, adventurer. Your back is crooked, and your elbows misaligned. It takes you an age to prime your bow, and twice as long to loose an arrow. In summary, you fail on all counts. You have no talent as an archer, none whatsoever. I shall say it plain, Luciane, this man is not fit to wield a bow. For our sake, and his, we should revoke his membership. As I've always said, outsiders can scarce be expected to understand, never mind master, our noble art. We waste our breath trying to teach his like.
Well, allow me to introduce you to Silver, our comrade at the butts. The fellow was once of the god's quiver, you see, and he can be a little opinionated when it comes to archery. Oh, but you mustn't pay him any heed, he's like that to everyone. You'd be lucky to get much sense out of a fossil-brained wildwood Elezen like him at the best of times. With them, it's always Twelveswood this and elementals that, and, oh. Ahem, no offense intended, Luciane. None taken, lie. I know full well that some of my kind can be prideful to excess and intolerant of other races. Although people may behold the same object, ever will they see different things. There is no right or wrong to it, for it is a question of perspective. What matters is the perspective we choose to adopt. You are possessed of bright eyes, Cater, eyes that bespeak great understanding. They shan't lead you astray, so trust to them, and to what they see. Go now and resume your training. I look forward to marking your progress when next we meet. It pleases me to see how you have grown as an archer. Plainly, you have taken my counsel to heart and learned to see with your own eyes. I would now have you discover what it means to behold things from a different standpoint. You will recall Lialiapo, your senior in the guild. I have given you over to her care for this lesson. Speak with her and do as she bids. I've been expecting you, Cater. Shall we get on with it, then? First, a quick review. Remember how the bowmaster had you seek out and destroy targets hidden throughout the city? Well, I would have you do the same. This time, however, you will need to venture outside the gates. I'm sure you've realized this by now, but there is no guarantee of safety within the Twelveswood. As you search, you should take care to mind your surroundings. You won't have the luxury of focusing solely on your quarry this time, you'll have to keep your eyes peeled for potential threats as well. That said, your objective is to destroy the targets alone, so avoid unnecessary combat and maintain a safe distance from any hostile creatures you encounter. Should you come under attack, take to your heels, risking direct confrontation only if you can't outrun your pursuers. The targets are hidden in the central shroud. As before, use the heavy shot technique to destroy each one with a single arrow. Go well, Cater. Well, well. You made short work of those targets, I must say. It seems you've learned to seek your prey without being preyed upon. Let's continue then. I've a mind to give you more practical experience, and we received a request just recently which I think will provide the perfect opportunity. It seems tree slugs and vultures have been congregating in ever-increasing numbers in the vicinity of the honey yard, causing no end of trouble for the locals. We have been tasked with culling the beasts. This request comes direct from Stillglade Fane. When the wood whalers and the gods quiver cannot spare the forces to attend to such matters, the conjurers often turn to us for help. And before you ask, there's good reason why they would rather not see to this particular task themselves. The creatures in question possess abilities which can cause problems for the magically inclined. But that's quite enough about conjurers' troubles. Luciane taught you how to discern an enemy's key traits, did she not? Well, now you'll need to do so while maintaining situational awareness, lest you be overrun. Consider this a comprehensive review of her lessons and mine own. Your orders are as follows: head out into the East Shroud, and there put down 8 tree slugs and 8 vultures, using all of the skills you have acquired thus far. Good hunting, Cater. Judging by your smug expression, I'd say you've acquired a feel for maneuvering to exploit enemy weaknesses whilst covering your own. Vultures are wont to keep their opponents at wing's length, and their attacks will send you flying. The solution to this is simple: maneuver to the rear. Tree slugs, on the other hand, have an annoying knack of disrupting spellcasting with their secretions. As such, you would do well to keep the creatures away from any mages in your party. Needless to say, good positioning is the key to success in battle, which is why it is absolutely essential that you know your target's traits. The knowing of these traits is a fundamental part of hunting. Before the keepers of the moon conceived of archery, they dwelt not in the city, but the forest. For my people, hunting was a way of life. In hindsight, I suppose this was more a lesson on hunting than on archery. Still, Luciane knows well my past, mayhap that was her intent. Hunting, too, is an art. Before I came to Gridania, I never gave it much thought. But the more I think of home, the more I begin to realize. Ahem. Forgive me. I'm not given to fits of sentiment. Truly. Forget I said anything. But do not forget that a hunter must recognize his prey's weakness and strike swiftly when the opportunity presents itself. That concludes the lesson. Now, I suggest you pay Luciane a visit, she is doubtless eager to hear from you. It is good to see you, Cater. I hope you have learned much from Lai.
You, adventurer. Is it true? Are you the one who slew the tree slugs and vultures? How dare she entrust the security of our people to the hands of a stranger? I knew Miqo'te were reckless, but she is downright irresponsible. Shame on her. Did I not warn you that it was folly to suffer that woman's presence in our guild, Luciane? Every time she wastes an arrow on game, she drags our noble art back into the darkness. And this boy, too. He is an embarrassment to us all.
That is quite enough, Silver. Your skill with the bow is undeniable, as is your love for our nation. Yet there is much and more you have yet to learn about archery. Cater has matured greatly in the short time that he has been with us. You know this to be true. I suggest you come to terms with Cater's presence here. You will be giving him his next lesson, after all. Unless of course you have any objections? Good. As for you, Cater, I would have you devote yourself wholly to training ahead of your lesson with Silver. Suffice it to say, he will not be an easy instructor to impress.
On that we can agree.
Welcome back, Cater. I trust you have been keeping your nose to the grindstone. As I mentioned when last we spoke, you will train under Silver's tutelage today. Put aside your misgivings and avail yourself of his wealth of experience. Go now, present yourself before him.
I see it was too much to hope that you would not return. The others believe that you have potential, but I am not so easily convinced. Like so many adventurers, you have not the faintest inkling of what it means to be an archer. And how could you? Archery is the proud tradition of the Wildwood Elezen. The essence of this art, to read one's enemy, has been instilled in us over centuries. In that time, we have defended this great nation against every imaginable foe, granting us insight which you will never possess. Can you recognize the subtle signs that betray a coming action? No. Can you accurately predict an opponent's movement? No. Can you glean your foe's intentions at a glance? No. And can such things be learned by one who knows nothing of our traditions? No. It is only out of respect for Luciane that I have agreed to teach you. Go to the East Shroud and seek out the targets hidden there. But do not presume this will be as easy as before. As I told you, the ability to read one's enemies is fundamental to archery. Yet the trials set by my colleagues did not require you to do this. Mine will. The targets you seek have been hidden, and I do mean hidden, in the midst of a region rife with savage beasts. They will play the part of your enemies. In the unlikely event that you spy a target, your limited range will necessitate that you slip past its bestial guardians prior to taking aim, a feat I consider beyond you. Was that a frown? Mayhap you are thinking that the Miqo'te set you a similar task? You are wrong. She asked merely that you consider, where your foes are. I demand that you discern precisely where they will be. How, then, will you go about this? Observe them closely and discern their characteristics. Learn to read their movements and recognize patterns in their behavior. If it has eyes, let it not see you. If it has ears, let it not hear you. Be neither where it is nor where it means to be, and thereby pass unnoticed. But enough talk. Whether or not you heed my counsel is your decision. I will shed no tears should you fail. So you have returned. A passable performance for an adventurer, but the bare minimum for any archer. I carry with me generations of Wildwood tradition, a tradition built upon the bones of the many outsiders who tried to take what is ours. It was my ancestors who first learned to conceal their presence and fight from the shadows, to hold the enemy at distance to protect the weak. All of it, everything was. This is a waste of time. You cannot understand. But if you are so intent upon following in the footsteps of my people, I bid you go to the North Shroud. XIV scouts have been sighted near the river west of Etat's Spire, and, unless you are entirely ignorant of Gridanian history, I need not explain that this act of aggression is part of a centuries-old conflict. The minions do not matter. It is their leader, Nezul Catalan the Violator, who must fall. He commands the scouts, and will be well guarded. Yet he stands upon hostile ground, with birdmen, and not walls for protection. If you are diligent and determined, you can slip through their defenses and slay their leader. This is the art of the Gridanian archer. Embrace the wisdom I have bestowed upon you, and the fight will be short. If you see the deed done, adventurer, I will take it as proof of your commitment to us, and labor no more to drive you from the guild. Now go.
The world can seem clearer.
Ixal. In my forest? Not if I have anything to say about it. I shall assist you, adventurer. Wear the leader's magics. Maintain a safe distance. Even now, I struggle to credit the sentry's reports. Yet here you are, and Nezul Catalan the violator is no more. That a God's damned adventurer should be so. Only by the grace of Nymaya herself could you have survived. But even though it was pure luck, I will keep my word. Cater, should you stay or should you go, I care not. You have completed the task and are no longer my responsibility. Go now to Luciane. She will doubtless wish to lavish you with praise. Oh, you'll get no more from me. Off with you.
I am given to understand that you single-handedly drove off an XIV scouting party, and that you did so with precision and guile. How exactly was that training, Luciane? Cater's just an adventurer. Silver thrust him into the jaws of the enemy in the hope that he wouldn't come back. And when, against all expectation, he did come back, that stubborn arse still refused to acknowledge his skill. Is that truly your impression? Well, yes. He said it was pure luck. Mere noise. Silver sees Cater's skill, of that I have no doubt. Did you not mark the way he covered his mouth when he uttered the words? It is a habit of his to do so on those occasions when his tongue and his heart are in disagreement. For all his skill at reading the idiosyncrasies of others, he has yet to recognize his own. Impressive work, Cater. You have applied yourself to Lai and Silver's lessons and demonstrated your command of the core concepts. You are now an archer in your own right. Allow me to teach you something to commemorate this accomplishment. Repelling shot is an advanced technique that enables an archer to evade attacks whilst continuing to fire upon his opponent. Used wisely, it can grant you a brief respite in the heat of battle. I have faith that, with regular practice, you will learn how best to employ it to your advantage. Remember your seniors' lessons as you strive for true mastery. You come at a good time, Cater. I have a task for you. A petition has arrived from the proprietor of Buscaran's Druthers, out in the South Shroud. The petitioner, Buscaran himself, has requested our assistance in dealing with a gang of poachers. I would have the three of you meet with him and investigate his claims. The three of us? You mean, Cater, myself, and...
It would be better if I went alone, Luciane. The Miqo'te and the other one will only encumber me.
No, Silver, you will go as three. Also, it is past time you recognized Cater as a fellow archer.
I will not. I have held my tongue on the matter of his continued presence here, but I will bend no further.
Who in the seven hells do you think you are, Bullard Luciane? In case you've forgotten, you aren't even a quiverman anymore.
That may be, but I have shed blood defending our borders, unlike you, savage.
Savage? You know nothing about me, you bigoted son of... Enough. But one more word and you shall have cause to regret your petulance. The three of you will go to Buscaran's Druthers in the South Shroud. Now, out of my sight.
Ah, you lot must be from the Archers Guild. Welcome, friends. Now, as your guild master will have said, I put in a request for some keen-eyed archers to help me track down a gang of poachers that be been plaguing these parts. If I may, it is not uncommon to find poachers in this region. While regrettable, neither the gods Quiver nor the wood whalers deem them worthy of attention. Why, then, did you imagine them worthy of ours? 'Cause these ain't no common poachers. They're Pawamujuik's gang. They say she and hers are always moving, staying one step ahead. But I reckon she's hiding out here somewhere. Thing is, I can't just send my people out searching. I made a pact with the Red Belly bandits. See, we stay out of their territory, and they don't make no trouble at the Druthers. That being so, if I summoned the massed ranks of the whalers and the quivermen, all seven hells would swiftly break loose, assuming they thought the matter worthy of their attention, of course. Needless to say, that's not an option. As luck would have it, though, I've got three keen-eyed archers to take care of things instead, and all without raising no alarms. We understand. You may leave the matter to us. Lie, Cater, split up and scour the area for any sign of the poachers. Should you discover anything, return here and wait. We will reconvene to compare our findings ere long. Go. An iron leg trap and a poacher's arrow. These are both evidence of illegal activity, but nothing that will help us find Pawa. And these mead bottles are but old refuse, from before the Druthers was even built. They have no connection to the gang.
What do you know of this Pawa woman, Silver?
I know that she is the most infamous poacher ever to walk the Twelveswood. A born leader, deadly with the bow, she formed her own gang of Miqo'te hunters. She was apprehended once, and would have been brought to justice, had she not tricked a foolish young sentry into releasing her, before vanishing without a trace.
Is that so? In any case, we've scoured the area and found nothing. How do we know that this Pawa was ever even here? I say we inform the gods Quiver and the Wood Whalers, taking care not to implicate Buscaran, and leave the rest to them. This doesn't concern the Archers Guild.
It concerns Gridania. Lie. Pawamujuk is a savage and utterly immoral poacher whose actions, however indirectly, threaten the city's well-being. But what would a vagrant like you know of duty to one's homeland? No more than he, I suspect.
How dare you? And you, Cater, say something.
Very well. We will return to the matter at hand. Mayhap we should take a second look at the clues we have gathered.
Look all you want. Though the trap and the arrow we found suggest poaching, there is nothing remotely unusual about them. What do you think we should examine, Cater?
Why are you still carrying that rubbish? I told you, those bottles predate the druthers. They have no connection with this matter.
But if these bottles are so old, why do they retain the scent of mead? They must surely have been opened recently.
Wait. Before the calamity, Buscaran once served as a sentry. Yet even then, he sometimes spoke of owning his own tavern, and it was an open secret that he was brewing his own private stock. If some survived. Of course. Buscaran's scar, his old lookout post. It may not be Pawamujuk, but we must investigate at once. Any signs?
Look, the ground is covered in Miqo'te footprints. These tracks are fresh, very fresh. I'll wager the bandits were alerted to our coming and fled, else they're hiding near.
Take cover.
And there I was thinkin' we'd caught ourselves some o' them meddlin' bloody masqueraders. Not that I'm complainin', hidin' your faces downright bloody rude when ya ain't been introduced. Speakin' of ill manners, don't ya know it ain't decent to barge your way into a lady's bedchamber without knockin'?
You would lecture us on manners. Truly, I have heard it all. They have us outnumbered. We had best split up.
The leader's mine. I'll try to isolate her from her litter. Silver, Cater, the rest I leave to you two.
As you will.
For Pawa. Get the bastards.
Focus on my target, Cater. We can take them down faster if we work together.
Don't let them get away.
We cannot allow that conjurer to draw this out. Remember your techniques. Finish her quickly while she is weak.
Bloody hells. Why won't you two die?
Stay on your toes, Cater. This lot is quicker than the rest. Watch their movements and dodge their attacks. Was that the last of them? Have you seen Aliapo? With me, Cater.
Tisk tisk. That was a piss poor showin', sister. And ya call yourself a keeper? A hunter with no fangs ain't nothin' but prey. No. Ah, bugger. Looks like playtime's over. Be seein' ya, sister.
So it was Pawamujuak after all. Buskaran must be informed.
Pawamujuak. I was no match for her.
7 hells. They were at my old post. And they drank my old mead. That stings most of all. Well, 'tis past time the proper authorities were informed. I'll send messengers to the wood whalers and God's quiver. The red belly bandits won't like it one bit, but I'll see they're told exactly who the military is after. I only hope it'll be enough. Course, Pawamujuak's no fool. Now she knows she's been spotted, she'll break camp and be long gone by the time the next bell sounds. And the trail won't stay fresh long, neither. Anyway, you've done me a great kindness, friends. Tell Luciane I appreciate the help.
Welcome back, Cater. Silver tells me that you encountered Pawamujuak. No Gridanian could fail to recognize that name, so oft has it been spoken, and with such bitterness. I fear we lack the strength to face her ourselves. This is a matter for the God's quiver and wood whalers. That you confronted her and survived is a testament to your growing mastery of our art. Ah, and I was surprised to note that Lai and Silver were not at loggerheads upon their return. I presume we owe this unnatural state of affairs to your calming influence? No? Modest to the last. Truly, your every deed bespeaks a clarity of vision far beyond your years. I implore you to share that perspective with your peers and help them to grow into better, wiser archers. As you go forth and temper your skills in battle, know that we always look forward to your return. Ah, Cater, I had hoped you would come. You may be able to help. I am concerned about Lai and Silver. They show signs of losing perspective, and, well, mayhap it is best you see for yourself. I cannot help but feel that both would benefit from your counsel. Consider this a personal request, Cater.
Oh, gods. Did Luciane send you to pester me, by any chance? This is hardly her concern, and it is most definitely not yours. If you must know, I have decided to leave the guild. I mean to track down Pawamujuak and finish what we started. The God's quiver and wood whalers seem content to ignore our warnings, but I will not let her escape again. I already made that mistake once, and it cost me my place in the God's quiver. The foolish young sentry of whom I once spoke, he was me. We had her, Cater. There was no escape. But then she began to wail about a wounded comrade, one who would surely die without her help. She looked me straight in the eye and begged. And I blinked. I failed to see through the most elementary ruse. I failed Gridania and the gods quiver, and while that can never be forgiven, mayhap I can reclaim a measure of honor by stopping her. But a wanderer like you would not understand what it means to betray your people. Worry not, I do not intend to leave just yet. I will continue to gather information until I am certain of Miqo'te's whereabouts. Make no mistake, though, it is only a matter of time. Now run along, will you? Oh, and if you are so concerned about your fellow guildmates, you should attend to that moping Miqo'te. The sight of her shuffling around whilst staring at her feet is bad for morale. Not that it matters to me.
Oh, it's you. Tell me, Cater, do you ever think about home? Do you ever wish you could go back? Mine was just another poor village in the Twelveswood. The fields were more stone than soil, and merchants hardly ever bothered to visit. We didn't have a lot. But we didn't need it. And then the calamity came. I remember running, and the screams. It was so loud, Cater, so unbearably loud. And then I was here, in a strange city, surrounded by more people than I'd ever seen, and I didn't know any of them. But I knew how to hunt. I was always good at hunting, Cater, and the guild gave me a place to get better. At least I thought I had gotten better. She, Miqo'te, she was so much more. I've been thinking, Cater, that maybe this is a sign. Maybe Silver is right, and this guild, this city, is no place for an outsider like me. And so I've decided to leave. I'm glad to have known you, Cater, even if it was only for a short while. Forgive me if this is too selfish a request, but before I go, I would like to meet with you one last time. Alone, in the South Shroud. These Gridanians would not understand. No. Don't hurt him. And there I was, thinkin' yeah my tunty accept my kind invitation. I don't recall invitin' him, though. 'Tis rude to presume, sonny, and I do so hate rudeness. Wait. It's not his fault, it's mine. I invited him. He's a member of the Archers Guild, like me, and he's not Gridanian. Ah, I do begin to recall his face. I knows how to hold a bow, that one. Well, he ain't the typical recruit, but I reckon I might be willin' to make an exception. No, it's not like that. I wanted to say goodbye. Cater, ever since I met Pawa, I've been at a loss. But I realize now that my place isn't at the guild, with the Gridanians. They'll never accept me. This is where I belong, with my people, carrying on our traditions. Our archery, not Gridania's. It's all I have left, Cater. So I'm going with Pawa. Maybe you don't understand now, but, just promise me you won't tell Luciane, or Silver. Cater. I had a feelin' he might be harborin' a few nigglin' objections. Worry not, sister. Shoot the bastard. No. Ain't no love lost twixt ye and the guild, is there? Then what's the problem with featherin' a bloody venturer? No bugger'll miss him. I'll miss him, all right? So just stop. Dear me. And I had such high hopes for you, Miss Aliapo. Waste oh bloody time. A keeper what's lost her nerves about as much use to me as a glass bow. But there's no sport in killin' captured prey. Ack. I'd better not see neither o' ye again, 'cause if I do, I'll show ye what happens to prey what's daft enough to get caught twice. Away, sisters. Away. How do you do it, Cater? How do you live in this place, with these people? And why do you even bother? What have they ever given you besides scorn? Well? What do you see in them, Cater? Even though you joined the guild after I did, you've come so far, so quickly. Maybe you've even surpassed me. I have to know how you've done it. I have to know what it is that I'm doing wrong. And there's only one way I can think of to find out. Meet me at the bannock. Shall we begin, Cater? Then defend yourself. Show me what these people have taught you. I said fight me, damn it. Why are you holding back? Is that all you've got? I know you can do better. Not bad, but I'm not finished yet. For my people, for my family, for me. I see now. It's so simple. You have opened your eyes, and looked beyond your master's faults. You've accepted their teachings and taken them to heart. Even Silver, for all his bigotry, wishes only to preserve his traditions. I lost sight of everyone else's struggles and became obsessed with mine own. I was so afraid to let go of my cherished notion of archery, my family's notion, and learn another way. I didn't want to betray them, or dishonor their memory. But I have a family here too, a family that sees the wider world, and is willing to show me how blinkered I have become. As archers, we train our eyes and minds to be unforgiving, to defy any attempt at concealment, and discern the naked truth. It is little wonder then that I have neglected to look inside myself until now. Though unquestionably worthwhile, I have found the experience rather excruciating. Ahem. Thank you, Cater. I know now that I belong at the guild, together with you and Luciane. And, yes, even that bloody Wildwood. Gods help me, I think I might actually miss him. Welcome home, Cater. You need not say a word. One look at Lia's eyes was enough. Thank you for returning her to us. When we focus on a single goal and pursue it with passion and fervor, it becomes easy to lose sight of what else lies before us. With your skill and vision, Cater, you can help your fellow archers to look beyond themselves and remember their comrades. I hope I can count on your support in the future. Thank the gods you've come, Cater. Perhaps you can talk some sense into this stubborn fool. Calm yourself, Silver. At least let us petition the order of the Twin Adder for.
There is no time, Luciane. Pawa would be long gone before their forces had even assembled. Alone, I can move more swiftly, take these poachers by surprise, and force them to divulge her location.
We understand how you feel, Silver, but this is too reckless. At least permit Cater and me to accompany you.
You, the adventurer and the savage. You cannot understand.
Silver. But I do understand. I know what it means to take pride in your home, to want more than anything to protect it, and to be consumed by guilt when you cannot. I see what you're going through, Silver, and I understand. This guild taught me to open my eyes and see clearly. I beg you, Silver, open yours. You have friends here, ready to fight. You have us.
I have never considered you my friends. Do not follow me.
Well, his lying certainly hasn't improved. If he honestly thinks he's doing us a favor by forbidding us from getting involved, he's an even bigger fool than I imagined. Come, Cater. To the South Shroud.
Well, this is unfortunate.
Silver.
Lie. Cater. I told you not to follow me. I neither need nor want.
Don't take me for a fool. You cannot conceal the truth from this archer's eye. Cater, the others are almost upon us. We must make our stand here and protect Silver. Brought friends, did ya? Then ya won't have to die alone. If you want him, come and claim him. Careful, these ones are feisty. Gridanian bastards! How dare you attack our people?
I told you, I do not need or want your assistance. Quite why you have deluded yourselves into thinking.
You're the one who's deluded. Thinking you could deceive us, when even a blind man could see that you cover your mouth every time you tell a lie. Observe with intent, overlooking not the smallest detail. Discern your subjects' unique characteristics, and recognize patterns in their behavior. I learned these things from Luciane, and from you. And I'll be damned if I'm going to watch you get yourself killed. There's still so much I don't know about Gridania and Wildwood archery, so much that I need you to teach me.
Humph. I suppose fixing your form is the least I can do.
Why, you?
Pawa's gang is already on the move. We have but one chance to catch them. Poachers throughout the Twelveswood use bone whistles like this one to communicate. With it, I believe we can lure Pawa out of hiding, assuming she has not moved on.
So that's why you came to Taker's Rot, for this gang's whistle.
Cater, if you are determined to help me, I have a task for you. Pawa was last seen near Isamhar. Do not fear, Cater. I swear on my honor as a Gridanian archer that no harm will come to you.
Bollocks. I knew I should have trusted me gut. Some blokes just can't take a hint.
I do hope you will forgive my forwardness, madam.
No, no, sir, 'tis most flatterin'. Wouldn't yet agree, sisters? Why don't we show our gallant wildwood admirer and his mates just how much we appreciate their attentions? I hope ya like it rough, darlin'.
Lie, cater, deal with the others. Hawa and I have unfinished business.
Pat, as you will. If ya wanted to dance, all ya had to do was ask. My sisters ain't to your leaking. Too bloody picky, that's your trouble. Ugh, my arms, what did you do to me? Bet your guildmaster never taught ya that one. Is it just me, or is it getting a bit chilly out? Don't worry, folks, I'll keep ya warm and toasty.
Lie, cater, spread out. She has oiled arrows. And I thought you only had eyes for me.
I can't, I won't. Did you see it, Cater? A perfect shot. Luciane must hear of this. Let's hurry back to Gridania at once.
Did you learn nothing from my lesson? Your style is far removed from proper wildwood technique. Still, you acquitted yourself well enough, I suppose. I will see to Pawa. Should she try to escape, she will find me far less sympathetic than the last time.
I am relieved to see you again, Cater. Had the three of you not been united in your purpose, Bowmanship would still be free, and one or more of you would surely be dead. I am so proud of you, Cater. Not only have you mastered our teachings, but you have also helped your guildmates regain the perspective that they had lost. For showing such compassion to your peers, I wish to teach you a new technique, Wind Bite. With Wind Bite, you can bring the power of the very air around you to bear against your opponents. And they will suffer on long after you have knocked your next arrow. It will serve you well in battle, I am certain. All archers walk the same path, Cater, towards improvement and discovery. As long as you have the vision to see the path ahead, you will continue to mature and excel. Yet we all grow weary and lose direction in time. When this befalls you, I have no doubt but that you will find your way back to us. Trust in your eyes, Cater. They will never lead you astray.